Hello, friends. Let me ask you, why do even the most brilliant CEOs and executives make catastrophic strategic errors? I'm sure this has happened with everyone in their professional life. Therefore, in this video, we dive into Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 67, to uncover an ancient secret to leadership focus and executive decision making. Let's go. In the world of high stake business, we often talk about strategic drift. It's that slow, almost unpredictable departure from company's core mission until one day the leadership wakes up and realizes they are miles away from where they intended to be. We have seen it happen to giants, companies like Kodak, Nokia, several other blockbusters. These weren't led by unintelligent people. They were led by some of the brightest minds in the world. So, how does a brilliant CEO backed by data, board, and billions of dollars lose their way? The answer isn't found in the modern MBA textbook. It was actually written 7,000 years ago on a battlefield in India. Today we are looking at the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 67. It contains a warning that every executive, founder, and manager needs to hear if they want to keep their ship from sinking. Let's look at the text. In the middle of a crisis of a confidence, the teacher Krishna explains the mechanics of human mind to the leader, and in this case is Arjun. And the quote starts: as a strong wind sweeps away a boat on the water, even one of the wandering senses on which the mind focuses can carry away a man's intelligence. Let's break down this metaphor here because for a CEO, these aren't just poetic words, they are potential risk. The ship, this is your prajna or your steady intelligence. It's your ability to make sound long term decisions. The sea, this is a volatile market, uncertain, deep, and constantly moving. The senses, which is in Sanskrit also known as indriyas, these are the wandering impulses, the distraction, the ego hits, and the shiny objects. In other words, trends. The wind, this is a force of desire. You might be thinking, I am professional, I don't like my senses run away from my company. But in the boardroom, wandering senses look different than they do it in private life. For a CEO, a wandering sense might be a market FOMO, which is fear of missing out. You see a competitor pivot into a trendy new sector. Let's say a sudden unplanned rush into AI or crypto without use case, and suddenly your mind hankers for what the other guy is going to fulfill. Even if your core business is solid, that one desire, that wind, start to push against your rudder. Or perhaps it's the sense of ego. A CEO might want to be on the cover of a magazine or be seen as a disruptor. That desire for validation is a wandering sense. The Gita warns us it only takes one, and you don't need a dozen distractions to ruin a strategy. Just one uncontrolled impulse is enough to carry away your intelligence. When your intelligence is carried away, you stop seeing the icebergs. You stop hearing the warning from your vice presidents. You are no longer navigating. You are simply drifting. This is the most chilling part of verse 67. It says, the wind carries away the intelligence. It doesn't say the wind carries away the lazy or the uneducated. It specifically mentioned the prajana, the refined, sharpened intellect. This explains why the smart CEOs do dumb things. Intelligence is a tool, but it is a tool that must be steered. If the mind is tethered, to a desire, the intelligence will actually start working for the distraction. Psychologists call this motivated reasoning. You want a certain acquisition to happen because it makes you feel powerful, which is the desire. Your intelligence then kicks in to find the data to justify it, ignoring the red flags. Your intelligence hasn't disappeared, it's just been hijacked by the wind. So, how do we steady the ship? How does a modern leader apply Gita chapter 2, verse 67? First, identify the wind. Every morning, ask yourself, what is your one sense currently pulling at your mind? Is it a craving for growth at all cost? Is it a fear of specific competitor? Name it. To name the wind is to begin the neutralization of the whole syndrome. Second, strengthen the rudder. In the Gita, the solution is provided, which is, Gita itself is talking about steady in wisdom. This is practiced through detachment. In business, this means practicing strategic detachment. Can you look at your company's performance without your ego being tied to the numbers? Third, create friction for the impulses. If you feel a strong wind, which is, for example, sudden urge to pivot or fire or hire somebody, etc., please wait. Don't let the ship turn instantly. Build a culture of dissent where your board or your team is encouraged to tell you when the ship is drifting. Leadership is not just about having the biggest engine or the fastest ship. It's about having the most stable rudder. The next time you feel a surge of market pressure or a brilliant new distraction, remember chapter 2, verse 67. Don't let passing winds steal your intelligence. Keep your eyes on the horizon and keep your mind on the mission. That's it, friends. And if you found this interaction of ancient wisdom and modern leadership valuable, please hit that like button and subscribe the channel. I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. And the question that I want to ask you is, what is the wind that most often blows CEOs, of course, in today's economy? Please stay focused, stay steady, and be successful. Catch you in the next one.